Hello, my name is Paul Calf. This video is rated 18 certificate, which means it may contain scenes of explicit sex. There's none of that, I'll tell you now. But if that's what you want, right, go to the video parlour in Eccles, behind the cow's head. Ask for Barry, he's got the lot. He's got the dog's bollocks, and the dog's bollocks 2, that's another good one. But this video does contain offensive language, I'm afraid. There are innumerate bastards, 24 fucks, but there's only one cunt. Oh, fuck, that's another cunt, isn't it? Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fuck. Shit, fuck. Oh, hang on, let's recap. Right, that's 28 fucks, including that one, 29. Fuck it, make it 30. Oh, what about shites? Are we counting shites? Piss and bollocks? No, just asking. Arseholes? No. Right, well, that's a shitload of fucking bastard cunts. Mostly in this bit. If I compare with this bit, the rest of the show's like Bambi.
Meet Mark. Mark has schizophrenia. Lately, Mark hasn't been taking his medication. Sometimes Mark feels okay without his meds. But the effects aren't all positive. Anxiety can come between Mark and his friends. Episodes can be disorientating and confusing. In no time at all, Mark's life can spiral out of control. Living with schizophrenia and the threat of relapse is unpredictable for patients and carers. Take back control. Go to www.schizophrenia247.com to find out more about your options.
There are over 1.5 million diagnosed paranoid schizophrenics living in America today. Should our healthcare system be doing more to make sure they are safe to themselves and others by watching over them 24 hours a day?
Yes, we need to monitor these people to make sure they're safe. Hide cameras everywhere they go, in the street, in their homes, in the eyes of people at the convenience stores where they shop.
Cameras aren't really enough,
I read in a medical journal recently that a number of doctors have already begun to place microscopic tracking devices under the skin of schizophrenics, which is a great way to make sure that they don't get lost.
Yeah, and this article said here recently that most of them have had no problem with that, and it's a very non-invasive procedure and has proven to work very well
Painless.
so far.
Painless.
Schizophrenics often respond well to pleasant memories from their past, and one technique which might give them a little bit of relief is if we have their caregivers' faces surgically reconstructed so they look like the schizophrenic's dead relatives.
Now, some say that we should offer verbal encouragement by implanting speakers in their ears which would whisper kind words to them 24 hours a day.
Couldn't agree more. I think what would be great would be a recorded voice on a loop saying, everyone around you wants to get you, in reference to help.
Of course, we can't have just one voice. We need to have more than one voice because then they know it's a team effort.
That's right. They feel supported by the community, and that's what we really should be going for.
But we have to do more than just calm them. You know, we have to give them practical advice, too. Like tell them which bus drivers hate them, which manholes are covering up underground government prisons, which statues don't love them anymore, you know, that sort of thing.
This kind of technology would be expensive. Some people have said to slip it into their minds subconsciously, perhaps through coded anagrams that, let's say, we would hide or encrypt into books.
Definitely. They'll think that they're just reading, standard literature, but actually it will be encoded instructions from people who want to help them.
In newspapers or inside the tattoos of people on the street.
Just the ingredients on a box of cereal, anything that they might read.
And this is an area where I think that we could really get some help from the government. We could be using this stealth planes and helicopters to be tracking those paranoid schizophrenics as they're going through their daily lives.
We already have the ability to make everything that's the color red signal data and images back to the government's underground bunkers, and we should be using this technology to help these people.
laying up on the floor now.
DJ sound, yeah.
So I've been asked to remake this video, 30 hits of LSD. Here's what happened is, I was working at this coffee shop back like 10 years ago on Mill Avenue in Tempe. And at the end of the night, I would put all the pastries and shit outside next to the dumpster instead of throwing them in the dumpster so all the homeless kids could go and, you know, pick through them and shit. And I wasn't supposed to. You were supposed to throw them in the dumpster and lock the dumpster, but I said, fuck that. Because they were always gone in the morning by the time the boss got home, or got to work, so. Anyway, I was walking down, gonna catch the bus, and this hippie guy comes up to me, and I don't remember his name, but I'm familiar with his face. He's like, thanks, man, for the fucking food all the time, you know? And he was high as fuck. He's like, you want a fucking trip tonight, man? And I was like, I was off the next day or two, so I was like, sure, man. He's like, open your mouth. And stupidly I did, and he had an eyedropper, and he squirted a bunch of fucking acid in my mouth. Like, I could feel it. And you're not supposed to. I could feel this shit running down the back of my throat. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, oh, man, you're going to be high. That was like 20 or 30 hits of acid, man. And he was right, because I used to, well, back when I sold acid, you know, I used to use an eyedropper to put the drops on individual hits. And an eyedropper will hold about 20 to 30 hits. So I knew I was in trouble. So my goal was to get back to my house as soon as possible before this shit kicked in, right? Because I didn't know what to expect on that many hits. I'd never taken more than like 3 or 4 at a time. And 3 and 4, you're pretty high. Well, I got on the fucking bus and it kicked in. You know, usually it takes like an hour to kick in and shit. No, this kicked in like 20 minutes. So I'm kind of fucked. And you know how like when you're on acid, like, you know, shit kind of breeze, you know, the colors are brighter, you know, you see tracers and shit. Not on 20 or 30 hits you don't. You lose your fucking mind, man. Like I almost went blind. I was hallucinating so hard. I was seeing just shit like melt before my eyes. I couldn't read. My whole frame of vision was like constantly like shifting like that. I was like, what the fuck? And I missed my bus stop because I was high as fuck. I got off at the wrong bus stop, and I was only like maybe a mile away from my house, right? But I was so high I couldn't even fucking walk straight, man. I ended up sitting next to the canal. talking to myself until the sun came up. And I peaked for like 5 or 6 hours, man. Not like 1 or 2 hours, like a couple hits. I peaked like at least 5 or 6 hours. I lost all concept of reality and time. It was quite spiritual, and I wasn't really scared, though, because I knew it was just the drug. So I was more worried that I couldn't find my way home. And it took me like 8 hours to, like, which should have taken me like 20 minutes. But I made it. And I was high for like 2 days. It kind of sucked. I started to get worried after a while because I was like, am I ever going to not be high again? And so yeah, that was my experience. I don't recommend taking that much LSD. It's probably unhealthy. I don't think I've been right ever since. I got like a tick now.
And 450. N. No N. Randy.
All right, I'm gonna review rare games that you can barely find them anywhere. I think this is like one of like many. I mean, little toilet flushers. You run around and flush toilets and stuff. Because it came from the alien, the turd did, and before it turns into a monster and starts killing people and stuff. And, yeah. Then you got fucking, what's Neighborhood Watch, the game. You just fucking run around and fucking call the cops every time little kids start throwing rocks and shit. And then basically you just nose in. And there's Kentucky Fried Chicken in the game. You play as Colonel Sanders, and you try like kill chickens and shit before the delivery truck comes. But fucking ice cream, Mexican ice cream man. It's like a guessing game. You just try to figure out what the fuck kids are saying because you can't understand English, so you just try to say, see, like, is that it? And then, like, you basically get points for it if it's it. If it is, well, in an Escape from Church, fucking, you can't fall asleep or else you lose. You gotta try to stare at the biggest breast you can and shit in church. It's kind of like real life to me, but yeah, alright.
I'll catch you later, mate. Don't go changing, try and please me, alright?
Yeah, nice one, bruv, yeah.
Oh, nice one, brother.
Nice one, brother.
Nice one, brother.
I said, nice, bruv.
Nice one, brother.
I said, nice, bruv.
Fucking nice one, brother.
Nice one, bruv. Brother.
Fuck off.